way in their Formula One, and he's going to continue winning this title if nobody's going to stop him. Sergio Perez tried to stop him to prolong his wait to the next leg, but it didn't work out for Sergio Perez. So Max Verstappen, with 3 legs to go, is the champion of Formula One. Let's now get into our interview. Basketball. UON Dynamites are here. They've had good tidings, good runs in the Women's Premier League. How has it been, Captain? Oh, Maria. Let's tell Maria.
It was a bit of a slow start for us, but with time we gained momentum, found our rhythm with each other again. Yes, and somehow we managed to navigate the hard parts, and then we started winning our games. Yes.
Captain, somebody might argue that you found the weakest opponent from the very beginning, and you've had a good run because of the weak opponents, and probably you faced KP and lost, and now the biggest challenge for you will be Equity next.
No, Equity is it, but we can't take them. We'll take them, we'll challenge them as usual. Okay, we'll do our best, considering they are a tougher team and they get all the time to train together. Considering as at the beginning of this season, we didn't have places to train. The first place because school were closed, so we had to borrow some places to train. So we were finding that difficulty, but with the little we had to work with that. But now we have resumed back to school. At least right now, maybe we can build our chemistry more and work on our fitness, and I think we'll take any team the way it is. Yes.
Back to you, Maria. What has worked for you for the last 7 games?
Most of them, I feel like it is improving on what we saw previously, because as she mentioned, we have struggled a bit with finding a place to train at the beginning of the season. So really it was about the few times we could train together, and then we go and we work it out on the court. So we start from, we start with the defense, move on to the offense, like our coach always says, and then we see what we did this game. What can we do better? What are the gray areas? We find time together. So it's more of trying to find time to create that rhythm, train together, find our fitness again, because we really struggled with that after not having a consistent training ground. Yes, and then just the will to do better. And I feel like we are very underrated in the league. And just that thought, feel like we need to do better. We need to, like people say, it's not about luck. We need to prove that it's not about luck. It's us. We are talented, and this is something we can do. We can take on the teams. Yeah.
Coach, before I come to you, Coach, let me talk to the captain here. Captain, yesterday when I was talking to you, you said defense worked for you, and that's why you won that match yesterday. Yes. And Jay Quat cried foul. They said that's a match they should have won. They had it, only that he just snatched it for the last minutes of the game.
Okay, the reason as why Jeko thought they had it is because the past Kusa we had in, was it in the Dan Kimathi?
Yes.
We lost in the semis as Kusa team. So we gave them that confidence. So they came with that mentality that we are really coming together to win. They needed the win, and they were really going for it. And for us, the moment we slowed down a little bit, they stepped up. They saw a chance of taking the win. But then we had our coach called us and was like, no, you need to get this, and guys, you need to play your game, get back to your tempo. And then we had to step up. Yeah, we didn't want to get that overtime.
It was a very tight match, Coach, if you may agree with me, because I was there yesterday and I saw what was happening. Even you guys were calling our timeout. Even 30 seconds, every 30 seconds, a minute, and you're like, what is happening here? The tension and all this distraction. Where does this rivalry come from, by the way?
Normally, it's more of a rivalry and doubt, especially in the university. Losing to KTN, Equity, Storms, Red Bucks is normal. But to lose to your fellow university, especially a public university, is painful. Like what Susan said, we lost in the Women's Championship in Dedet Kimathi in Nyeri. It was, I think, this year, by 1 point in the semis. So we had some players with injuries. That really took a toll out of my players. And CJ Quat have never beaten us in the last 8 years. That was the first time. So to us, they are games that they are not just games. Like especially even when we play Strathmore, it is just normally not just a game.
Not a game.
It is normally it's a university derby, it is a league game, it is everything.
But
So normally it's a tough game.
But coach, what is so special about JQuat and KU? What is so special about the games?
Okay, you see JQuat KU.
If University of Nairobi is playing against KU and JQuat, it's all about survival. One has to die.
Yes, it's true. Us, they are public universities. Like us, they go through what we go through normally in a public university.
Yeah.
We pick the top bright players and students. We don't have scholarships. There are so many obstacles comes along the way. So normally the players themselves say, we can't lose again. So normally it's hard for a team to beat you twice. It's normally very hard. And I really applaud JQuat. They have really improved. They have really come of age. They used to come, they were beaten every time. And I really appreciate with their coach Mary and Kimani, they're doing a good job. Because honestly, coaching in public universities is not easy. The girls have to devote themselves. They have classes. They have to do other things, personal, family errands. They have to sacrifice and come. Like us, we used to sacrifice our weekends, our morning, try and catch up, because most of them have classes up to 5:30.
Yeah.
I cannot tell a player to skip classes to come and train. Some of them get internship, some of them get trainings. So this comes on and during seasons. So that alone makes it more hard and rivalry, because I know now the second leg with JQuat will not be just. Even when we play ZTech, it's just not just a normal game, especially university, just like banks. If Equity plays Stanbic, or it is not just a game, it is just more than a game.
It's more than a game.
Yes.
Maria,
Yeah.
you are a new team so far. Like majority of the players that you had before have left, and some new have come in. How do you gel as a team and maintain the tempo in this game?
I feel like when I came into this team, I'm a junior. We had very good seniors like Susan, who, when we came in, they showed us the ropes. They showed us this is how the Premier League is, and just training together, you get to understand that basketball has revolutionized to a new level. It's no longer high school basketball. It's tougher. You need to think faster, smarter. It's a lot of IQ, a lot of training, a lot of hard work, a lot of commitment. And then, you have the challenge of classes. You have to balance your schoolwork with your training times, and you're committed to both, so you have to give your A level in both situations. So I feel really it's more of the culture we found when we came, where we have teammates doing very tough, intense courses, the science courses, medical courses, law courses, and them being a good example for us, and then having time to mentor us, show us, and training together. We really gel, and with time you start to learn how to play together. How does Susan like me doing this? How does she want me to play? How differently should I now start playing my game? Yeah.
Captain, I don't know whether seniority is it determined by the height as well?
Experience.
Well, I wanted to know, by the way. It's very important to me to know.
It's experience.
Susan,
Yes.
you're leading a team
Yes.
which came to the Premier League, surprised so many people in the first season. The second season they did so well, and looking at this UON Dynamites, 4 games to the next leg, and here we are. What's your target as a captain, and how are you leading this team to glory?
Target is to get to the semis. And how we do it as Dynamite, I would like as Dynamite, we work as a family more than just a team. We need to know each other's weaknesses on and off the court. That's when you can know how to handle someone during the game, and how you can get someone's game back. When you can tell a player if she's feeling low, or she's not doing something right, or something is off.
Yeah.
When you have that family bond, you can tell. And when you spot that can affect the team whether to lose or win. You can get that person who is always hyper, and when she's hyper, the rest of the team feel excited and it's an easy win. Now when we see that from this family bond, we get to connect more and we raise the team spirit and we work together. And I would like also discipline is more important to win games, because if we'd have indisciplined cases, maybe our good players would have been ejected from the team. Yes,
I understand you know we are only mipanda ni 230 saa hiyo people can be low because 4 games to go. You have Strathmore, Equity, Zitek, Anu. What is your target in these matches? Which one do you think are you gonna win to maintain the winning streak for your team and to ensure that your team gets to the semi-finals probably after the playoffs?
My target is to win all. That's my target. I'm hoping if we can win all the 4 games, it will be good and a plus. Because normally second leg is normally harder because teams are normally fitter and are ready. Because now you are gearing to playoffs, you want to make in a better position to play and get an home court advantage. So normally by second leg, teams are normally much more fitter. They will have gone for Kekoso, Interbank, Zone 5. So they are normally fitter, unlike first leg. And like you see also my team, most of all the players are students. And 90% of them are doing sciences courses. So getting them all together at one is normally very hard. If a class ends at 5, she has a group discussion, there's this they are doing up to 7. So I miss out some of the players, but I normally gel and catch up with them because the students really support me. They sacrifice their time to come and train because it's not easy.
So coach, let me talk to Maria. Maria, a game against Equity is going to be a tough game for you. They lost the title to KPA and they're so bitter this season. They're coming in hard and trying to knock those doors to open for them and probably sail to glory. How are you going to stop them, the likes of Samba?
We play our game. We play our game right. For most of this season, we have had a challenge of playing the other team's game. We adjust to their tempo, like JKUAT yesterday. You know, for JKUAT, they came hard and tough on us because they had a point to prove, because they wanted to repeat what happened in Dedan Kimathi. And so for us, it also became about proving a point, and we forgot to play our game. So it will be, for Equity, it will be more of a psychological game. We just need to get our head in the game, you know, start on our defense, work on our offense, play our game and not their game.
Their game.
Yes.
Captain, depleting. Referees' calls always have an impact on players and what exactly they will do in a different match or in any match they're playing. I've seen wrong calls at Nyayo stadiums, gymnasium. I mean, I've seen wrong calls. Yesterday I saw wrong calls at UON, and I was wondering, these wrong calls in football is only one referee decides the fate of a team. You die or you survive. But here you have 3 referees in basketball. And all of them, one of them makes a wrong call and they don't agree, it affects the team. Then how do you feel like a player?
It frustrates, but then you should not get that get into your mind, because it will really mess you up and that will cause very indisciplined cases and definitely a loss. So what we do is just play your game, just get composed, and they always say ref's confusion is final. That's where discipline comes in. When he says you've walked and you've not, it's his call. He or she has seen it. Just move on with it.
But there are 3. There are 3. Coach, do you think like we need training? We need to be more professional, because you're killing the morale of a team that was supposed to win, making wrong calls, and at the end of the day, you agree or you disagree, the match continues and the points are awarded to the next team.
Okay, I can say not a wrong call, but a bad call. Referee is also a human being. Even me, my player can get the ball, miss a layup. I'll never tell the player, get out and remove the uniform. So he's also a human being. He's also under tension. And remember, a referee has 3 seconds to make a decision. Me, I have players that come in, rest, go out. He or she doesn't rest. So normally it's just a bad call. Maybe the referee is a human being. You walk from a bad angle, you had a problem at home. Those things come up. Even in NBA, they make wrong calls. Even in World Cup, I saw during the Women's Championship, the game against China and US, the referee made 2 bad calls. It causes China. And you see, when China plays US in basketball, it's not just basketball. It's rivalry, political. That game is everything. So you can imagine, you make a bad call, it changes the game. People think you support US because it's a super team. So normally we accept, and I always tell my player, leave the referee. He's human. You deal with the opponents. Leave the ref to me. I've also been a referee. I know what it is. Maybe the referee came there from morning 8. He's doing a 4 o'clock game. As we came maybe at 3. So those are the things that we just request, and slowly with the federation, because you know funding has been a problem. We get referees, and also like now we have a change of referees guards. We bring new upcoming referees, because having the same referees year out does not grow the game. So we are bringing new referees. They make mistake, I understand. Even me, I started somewhere. That's where to pull them. Other than having the same referees doing the same game year out, even as a player, when you come, you find, this is referee A, next referee A, you get frustrated. You imagine when this referee is in the field, I will foul out. Automatically put it in your mind. Oh, this referee doesn't like us, doesn't like UON. It's normal. And you see, as a coach, I want the game to go, or the things to go my way, not the way rule says on the referee. But the referee is to make sure we get a true winner in a fair way. It might not be 100%, but at least a fair way. He has 20-30% to make mistake. Because if you ref very careful, or if you play basketball very careful, you'll never be a good player or a good referee.
Good referee. That's very right. Now, let's, as we wind up, it's your final comments on your end and your way forward as we wind up.
Okay, Dynamites, we got this. And our rivals, we are coming strong, not weak. Don't underestimate us. Yes, we're getting there.
Maria?
We are very underrated in the league, and we hope to prove everybody wrong this season. We're going to come out stronger than last season. Yes.
The coach, is this realistic? You say you're very underrated, and at the end of the day, you've won 6 of your 7 matches. Who should underrate such a team?
We are very underrated, and when they rank good teams, somehow they forget to, include us in the ranking. So we usually feel like they don't consider us the giants in the Premier League. It's just an unspoken agreement amongst other teams that you is good, but not good enough.
Coach, you're the team that went to Egypt, Cairo.
Yes.
And they did so well. Talk about that.
I'm happy. As you compare with the other teams, my team won, and they beat Turkey. Turkey is one of the best countries seeded in 3-on-3, remember, and facilities, and they have everything and support. And I'm so happy. The same 4 players have been playing for the KUSA, the University League, and also for that. So those are the small things that I really appreciate. And also I thank the universities. They really support us. I know it's not easy. Your university like Nairobi have so many games. And at times when we do well or we get small support, other teams complain, why only basketball Dynamites? So I always tell my girls, you work hard, earn it, win, then we support. Even we get some old girls that support us that were there, and they normally support the girls by just coming to talk. We really appreciate. And we are trying to see, you see, like now for example in Premier League in Kenya, out of the 12 teams, 8 are universities. This means that university has competition, and university has the age between 18 and 24. That is where is the backbone of the national team, Lioness. Even Olympic these days, they take under 23. Under 23 you'll never get in clubs, you'll get in university. So it's a high time that the federation should come and concentrate with the university, the age group, so that anytime we play, someone will say, we know finals is KPA Equity. You tell them Dynamites, that team might reach semis. So it is true, people rule us out. Even Zitek, when they beat Team Equity, nobody believed it. They say, that was a fluke. And I've seen Zitek has come from far. They lost in quarters 3 times. We beat them the other year in 2019. The first time we came back to Premier after 25 years. And you see, for university it's hard because you're not like KPA or Equity where we have masses of money. I come and tell you, I'll pay you 15,000. You'll not refuse, while in Dynamites you're not paid. I cannot tell you, no, don't go. So those are the things that if we get support, sponsorship, or small token, trust you me, we have the best players.
Thank you so much, Coach. I saw what Eniba did And it can happen to any team. Any team can do that, because it's not written anywhere that it's not rocket science, it's not cast on stone that your journey will end here. It will continue, and nobody knows. I will not be surprised, by the way, to see Dynamites in the finals. I will not be surprised,
Thank you.
because it's expected.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
This is a sport. You don't just walk in and win. You have to fight.
Yeah.
That is it from here. We end this interview between me and these players and the coach. This UON Dynamite, they've had a good run for the last 7 games. They've only lost to KPA. Now they're remaining with 4 games to end the first leg of the Premier League. That's the Women's Premier League. They'll play against Zitek and Sparks, and also they'll play against Anu, against Equity. So they will be playing all those teams. I want to wait and see how they play against Strathmore. That's a match to watch for me between UON Dynamites and Strathmore University. Take a short break. When you come back, we'll be having plenty in terms of the Serie A, La Liga, and an interview of a young player, Mohamed Amin, who now plays for the Manchester United's academy in England. He'll tell us his story, how he got there, and what players in Kenya can do to the